Alrighty, I'm back. If there's one thing that can be learned from probably the last hour's worth of sanding, an hour, yes, it's my definition of denibbing, which they've got in brackets lightly sand on a man's water-based dye. Perhaps different, my definition and their definition. So what's happened? Well, I've sanded nearly everything off. The neck, that all pretty much came off. It's left kind of some dark marks. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. That's going to look interesting. Actually, the body, I really like the body. I really like the way it's sanded out. I think that's quite cool looking. I managed to get rid of the fingerprints, and I've tried to make it just a general light area where I sanded the fingerprints off. So you can see the sort of colour that it was before. It was slightly lighter than that. But yeah, that has come out looking actually, I quite like it. I mean, I think some of the detail on the side here is actually quite nice. So yeah, I am going to reapply. So I've had to think about this, a little think. And I've dug out the old dyes that I used for the Les Paul. So I've got Indian red here and golden yellow. So I think the original picture had it has a kind of a reddy brown, sort of a reddy brown kind of colour. So what I'm going to go for is I'm going to try and add just a dash of the red to the brown. I need a pot for that. To the brown. Just a tiny bit, and just to give it a bit of a tint. But first of all, I will use just the straight brown on the neck, because I think the neck needs to be brown as well, doesn't it? The neck needs to be the same reddy brown. Okay, change of plan again. We're rethinking this on the fly here. I'm going to go find a jar. I'm going to mix up some brown with a bit of red, and we're just going to apply it to everything. How about that? Sound good? I will reuse the brown cloth, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be brown with a bit of red in. So I just need to go and grab quickly grab a jar. I shall return briefly. Right, I have a mint sauce jar. Delicious. It has been cleaned, but it still smells of mint sauce, which is nice. Right, so we're going to take some brown. Shake that up a bit. I'm going to put some of that in there. Just thinking I'm going to get this on the cloth. Yeah, it should be alright. So there's some brown. That should be enough, we're guessing. And then to that amount there, I shall hold it up to the camera so you can see it, and then I can also come back and do it again. So we're going to add a tiny bit of red. Ugh. Okay, this hasn't been open for a while, so I'm sure it's all going to flake out. Hopefully it's all good still. That's a pretty deadly looking red, that one. So, a tiny bit of red in there. Okay, just to give it a tint. I just want to give it see whether a red tint comes through without being too crazy. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to swirl it around a bit. Is there any evidence of what that looks like? If I hold it up to the light. It's brown with a bit of red in, surprisingly. Is this the right way to apply it? Maybe. Let's see. If we run into problems, then we will figure out what we're going to do. So here we go. We're going to do brown with red on the... Should I use a bit of t-shirt? Yeah, I should probably use a bit of t-shirt. Okay, bear with me a sec. I shall return with a new piece of t-shirt. We're back. Just wondering whether to dilute it at all, whether to add a little water. What do you think? You're not going to say anything, are you? I've got a glass of water over there that I was drinking from. I wonder whether to just throw some of that in there. Just to lighten it a little. Why not? Let's make it look like we know what we're doing, eh? First a sip. And then a tiny bit. Nip for me and a nip for it. Right, okay, let's give that another stir. By stir I mean very scientific. Shake it about in the jar. Okay. Here we go then. Are you ready? Death or glory awaits. Can you see it? I'm not going to denib it this time. I'm afraid man's water-based dye people. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Well, not a mistake. I don't know, I don't think it was a mistake, was it? It was just a bit of fun. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. I think I've got lucky there. I need to be careful what I'm doing with my other hand's fingers while I'm doing this, because I think that's what got me the finger marks before. So maybe try and keep the other hands dry. Let's grab that dirty bit of t-shirt. I can just see it building up there and getting quite dark on the edge. Might be unavoidable. Right, let's keep going. Keep plugging away. I quite like the colour. Clonk. Right, just go up the neck. Don't want to take too much up there. Let's get rid of some of it down there first. Okay. Right. Let's make sure we move that around before it takes too long. I'm worried about getting on my fingers now. Right, okay. In there. Okay, right. Let's pull that down. A little bit of a buff. Find any spots that are uneven. Hopefully even them up. I think that's come out looking mahogany coloured, which is maybe a good thing. Maybe that picture I showed you was of a mahogany Epiphone SG. We might have happened upon a solution completely by chance here. As all the best things are, right? It's not like anyone's set out to invent penicillin. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that looks pretty good. I got away with that one. Right, okay, let's very carefully move that out of the way. Move that out of the way, move that out of the way. Right, okay, here we go. That's my cleaning one, that's my painting one. See what we got. Do I want to do the front or the back first? Do the back, because nobody sees the back if it turns out horrible. Right, here we go. Right, with the grain. I need to really get it into these pores. What did we learn from last time? Act quick on the pores. Don't put your fingers anywhere either. Okay, can I see any more of those lighter pores? I think those ones have colour and they're just a bit lighter. Right, we go again. Apply generously, it said. Apply generously. Alright. I really like what it's done to the grain. The really dark brown has done something to the grain, which is good. Can you call it grain? I don't know if the password has grain. I assume it does. It's grain. The figure of the wood has come out nicely, which is good. She looks really, really nice. So, let's keep plugging away. It's not really helpful having these screws here, but it just means I can hold it up without don't mess about too much. Right, let's try and get those pores filled. Okay. Okay. So again, I might pause once I've done the back and just wait. That was my mistake last time, I was doing too much too quickly. I've taken pictures of what the different stages look like, so I'll put them in when we sort of talk about the change, the way the colours changed. So I'm definitely seeing kind of lines up around the shoulders. I guess it's where I've sanded, and the way it's sanded in. That's okay. I quite like the defined points. Yeah, I quite like the way the points on the guitar are defined. But that's actually come out looking quite nice. So I think I've got away with that one. Yeah, and the fingerprints have gone, and you can't really see the light area here anymore. So that's good. Let's get this last bit done around here. Quick sweep around the control cavity. Do that. And then, yeah, I think I'll hold fire there. And we'll pause for a bit. So much to avoid fingerprint gate Mark II. Yeah, I think that's all good. So let's just give that a bit of a brush over. Hang on, I've got some. Oh, careful, here we go. Hold by the neck. Should I put any fingerprints? No, I'll put any fingerprints on. Yeah, see how easy it is? Well, I don't think my fingers were too wet at that point. Now, am I getting those? Let's go. Just a little dab. Come on. Trying to see whether some of these little bits are filling up if I splosh dye over them. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay, that's that. So I'll leave that to dry for a bit, I think. In the blink of an eye for you, will be about half an hour for me, while I just wait for this. It's just, that seems to be, there we go. I can see just a light spot there. I don't think you can make that. Yeah, you can make it out, can't you? You can see it clearly. I don't know quite why that's so light. I don't know whether it's something I've done wrong, or whether it's just the way it is. Is it me moving the stain around? Adding more, is that going to help, or is it just going to make it worse? Probably make it worse. Yeah, it's moving around. Okay, well, let's try and even it out then. That's still obvious. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Turn it into a feature. Right, okay. Guess I'm going to have to leave it there. What do you think? Look alright? Not too bad, is it? Okay. Blink of an eye. Time passes magically. We're back. It's dry to the touch, so I'm going to do the sides and the front. Here we go again. Exciting times. In the movie, oh, you can see that. Check for any. Get rid of that one. Check for any runs on the back. Don't want it running down the back. I think when we do it from a jar, I have to keep putting it down to get more. Right, where are we going? We're going around here. I'll try and give that a bit of a rub. Alright, here we go with the front. it's definitely, the red has definitely helped. I'm pleased with it. That was a risky thing to do, to drop that red in there, but it seems to be having the desired effect. Okay, a little bit. Right, I'll just stop fiddling with it. Around the edges. And that looks too bad. I'm not sure what effect a third coat would have on it. Don't know whether that would end up just making it too dark, but it looks okay. I think I'll go over the neck once more though. So I feel like the neck is, look, no fingerprints as well, which is good. No gigantic fingerprints. Yeah, I should go over the neck once more. I think the neck could do with another coat. So let's gently put that guy down there. Yeah, I think because the neck, as you see, it's sort of sat alongside it. It just looks a bit lighter. So I'm hoping another coat of this will coax the neck into being a bit darker, just to persuade it to do what we want. Whether it will or not, I don't know. Is that having any effect whatsoever? Made it wet. Right, now I need to remember I've just put my hand in wet stain. Do not touch anything with this hand now, for fear of fingerprints, for fear of finger marks. Does that look any closer, or could it do with being... I don't know, I feel like that's not really done that much. Get the sense. What do you think? I'm thinking it looks like it's still not quite dark enough. What does that mean? Do we just go with more brown again? Let this dry and put more brown on and try and darken it up? I think that might have to be the way to go. Or is another layer of this the right thing to do? What does it look? It looks more red and light, doesn't it? I think brown again. Okay, well, let's put that away. Let's get the lid on that. Okay. Again, drying time. I think that's done. That's finished. I think we're sold. I'm sold on that. So I'm going to hang that up, let it dry and settle and see what happens. But I think it's looking pretty good on that, actually. Just gonna, there's a slight light spot there. I'm just going to see whether I can just get a little bit in there. Okay. It's not quite as dark as the other side. Okay. Right. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. And I'll wait for that to dry, and then we'll come back and I'll do, yeah, a layer of brown on its own over that and see whether I can get it closer, keep the red of this, get it closer to the slightly darker brown. Yeah. Stay tuned.